Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I hope you were doing amazing today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a shard opening. We're going to open a ton of ancient shards that we've been saving up, and maybe a primal shard too. But as you can see here, the beam is lighting blue, which means there is a summoning event for ancient shards. Based on the color is, the summoning event you get. If it's like yellow, you have more chances for like some kind of legendary. If it's like purple, then like there's a summoning event for void shard, etc. So since it's blue, it's for the ancient shards. So as you can see here, targeted champion boosts. Check summon info for details. 1 day, 6 hours remaining. Then 2x chance of epic and legendary champions. So next 2 days, 6 hours, there's 2 times chance of epic and legendary champions, which means I think it went from 8% epic and then 0.5% from legendary to 1%. 1%. So that is very cool. And then targeted champ boost, so we have like a higher chance of getting this guy. 10% chance from ancient shards. Oh, he looks sick. He's a Sylvan Watcher. And he's an attack character. What does he do? Dagger Song attacks all enemies. 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Will ignore 20% of each target's resistance for each continuous heal buff on this champion. Orchestra of War, select a target. If the target is an enemy, decrease the duration of all buffs on all enemies by 1 turn. Places a 5% poison debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. An additional 5% poison for 2 turns for each continuous heal buff on this champion. Wait, that's nuts. These debuffs cannot be resisted. Then instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies. What the heck? That's crazy. Target is an ally, increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. And instantly activates all continuous heal buffs on all allies. Places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns. And another 50% continuous heal buff for each ally alive for 2 turns. Holy, this is cracked. Finally, fills the champion's turn meter by 15% for each buff or debuff placed by this skill. That is freaking crazy, no? Alright, oh my god, we got a lot to read here. Attacks 1 enemy before attacking has a 100% chance of removing all buffs from the target and placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 2 turns. You'll ignore 20% of the target's resistance for each continuous heal buff on this champion. Damn. So you definitely want to play this guy with some like characters that give your teammates continuous heal and he will pop off. That sounds so fun. I've been stacking like poison characters too, and I would love to do a poison comp. Would love to level that up. And like a continuous heal. So I'm gonna look for characters with continuous heal in the shop if I get this guy, which I hope I do. We have 18 chances, which is kind of a lot. Sylvan Watcher's Unity removes all buffs from all enemies if the initial target is killed. This buff removal cannot be resisted if 1 faction ally. If 2 faction allies, will ignore 5% of the target's defense for each poison debuff on them. And each continuous heal buff on this champion. Whew, my voice is getting tired. This is fun. Faction allies, if 3 faction allies equals if the initial target is under a poison debuff, also attacks all other enemies. Damage dealt is proportional to the initial target's max health HP. How many poison debuffs are on them? If the initial target is a boss or a minion, the damage dealt is equal to 10% of their max HP. Dude, this guy has so much going for him, man. And he's got a passive. Will ignore 15% of the target's defense when attacking while under a veil or perfect veil buff. Champion receives a 30% less damage from enemies when not under a veil or perfect veil buff. Okay, and then he's got some, if you have Sylvan Watcher team, 1 faction ally, each continuous heal buff in this champion increases their crit rate by 20%? Wow, that's a lot of crit. That could be a lot of crit. Each time a continuous heal buff activates on this champion, also fills return meter by 8%. Holy, this guy can go crazy. Each time a continuous heal buff activates on this champion or ally, increases the champion's damage by 5%, stacks up to 150%. Wow. Okay, I really want this character, man. Prage. And then his aura increase ally crit rate in all battles by 25%. And then if he has Sylvan Watchers on his team, increases ally speed in all battles by 15% as well. Dude, this guy is so cracked. I want him, and he looks so cool. That is so cool, man. I love his armor. And he's got some cool dreads going too. Okay, guys, can we please get him? We have, what is it? Wait, let me scroll down. 10% chance from ancient shards. 10% more chance. So does that mean if we do pull legendary, it's like 10% more, 10x more likely that we get this guy? I'm not really sure. Let's see what it says. Playing champions cannot be summoned from sacred or primal shards. Interesting. Oh, that's a lot of champs. I'm not reading all that. I'm guessing these are just champions from like login rewards. Alrighty, guys. Oh my god, I had 200 mystery shards. Alright. 18 chances to find a legendary. Can we do it? Should I open them one at a time or just 10 in a row? Let's do one at a time. I feel like that's more fun. Okay, here we go. Who we get? Who we get? He is rare. Crossbow dude. Bombardier. Bombardier. Attacks one enemy. Is he cool? Increase speed buff on the champion for 2 turns. The dog is critical. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each has a 50% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff. Hell yeah, more poison characters. He's like create all battles with 12%. Okay, that's useful. I like this guy. His reviews are not bad. 4.2 on average. That is good. He likes offense and crit rate. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, I'll definitely use that guy. I want to do a poison comp, like I said. Alright, what we get here? Another rare. Hound spawn. He's a puppy. Very ferocious looking pupper. Can I pet that dog? Anywho's, what does he do? We're just gonna like read through these really quickly. Otherwise it'll take forever. Alright, nothing too crazy. His ratings are kind of low. 3.7 on average. He likes crit and offense. He's an attacker. He's pretty mid. Alright, let's summon another. Another blue. Whoa, this guy is creepy. Look at that mouth, bro. Look at them teeth. He's got no lips. He has no lips. He's an undead horde, dude. I guess when you die, your lips decay, you know? His ratings are decent. 4.3 on average. 4.2. He's a support. Increased attack buff. Moves 1 random buff from each target. Attacks all enemies. That's good. Revives an ally with 50% HP. Places shield buff. Revive champion for 2 turns. Equal to 20% of their max HP. Increases ally resistance and faction crypts by 30. So he'll be good for the faction crypts. His name is Grinner. Would you call that a grin? I don't know if he's really grinning or like smiling. I'm gonna take some water real quick. I have been recording videos for the past 8 hours, so my voice is getting tired. My apologies. Okay. Yeah, if you're like, what, 9 hours? I'm also a League content creator, if you don't know. I have 3 League of Legends channels. Now we have this Raid Legends channel, which I am loving making content for this game. This game is actually so fun and chill. Now that I like understand what I'm doing like more and more each day, someday we'll be pro at this game. And have a very awesome arsenal of champions. Alright, let's summon. Another rare. Rocktooth, I already have this guy. He's got the heal reduction, which is useful. Increases crit rate, yeah, I remember that. Alright, let's summon another. I think you can unlock that guy from campaign, right? Another ancient. Executioner, defense character. Stun. Decreases speed. And turn meter. Places 30% increased defense buff and counter that buff in the gym for 3 turns. And then increases ally defense in all battles by 17%. I like the buff. I like that ally aura. His ratings are 3.9 on average, which is pretty mediocre. Like speed, defense, and life. Alright, moving on. Ooh, an epic. That was a 16% chance epic. How do I say this name? Yelagurna? Yelagurna? She's an orc. Yeah, that's definitely an orcish name, isn't it? Oh, these ratings are really good. Like 4.5 or 4.6 on average here. Likes crit and offense, like most attack characters do. Attacks enemy 2 times, places 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. That's a big attack buff. Attacks all enemies, has 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. That's really good. Attacks one enemy, has 75% chance of placing a block debuff and a block active skills debuff for 2 turns. This attack is always critical. Og. Passive revives one random ally with 50% HP every time this champion kills an enemy. Dude, that's really good. Aura increase ally attack in faction crypts by 30%. Okay, so nice. That's a good leader for our orcs in the faction crypts once we get more characters and level them up and stuff. And get them geared up. Alright, let's see what else we can get. Ooh, another epic! Oh, I had this guy on my original raid account from like years ago. I know this guy's really good, I'm pretty sure. Someone told me this guy was really good. Yeah, his ratings are kind of nutty, no? Likes offense and crit. Attacks when the meat decreases target's turn meter by 15%. The target is under a decreased defense debuff or a decreased speed debuff. Places 50% increased attack buff on the champion for 2 turns. Then attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. That's OP. Siegebreaker places a 30% crit rate buff and a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns and attacks 1 enemy. So I would imagine you would use this and then his AoE attack. Holy, this guy is insane. This guy is insane. Increases ally crit rate in Doom Tower battles by 24%. I'm almost a high enough level to do Doom Tower, I think. That'll be fun. Yeah, dude. I'm excited to get this guy again. He's a magic character. Dude, I feel like most of my characters are magic. The magic affinity. Alright, moving on. I'm happy with my epics. This guy, he looks cool. Headsman. He only has 2 abilities though. Attacks enemy 2 times. Each has 10% chance of placing a fear debuff. Attacks enemies has a 30% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff. Dude, 100%? You just can't heal at all? That's OP. 30% chance though is kind of low. But you can potentially put it on like the entire enemy team. And then his passive inflicts 15% more damage to targets under heal reduction buffs. Damn! That's good. He's an attack character. His ratings are really low. Ooh, wait, he has 5 in faction, Chimera. High ratings in like a lot of the dungeons. He's not good at Hydra or Spider's Den. Or Sand Devil's Necropolis. I don't know what that is yet. Because I'm still level 30 something. I'm still noob, sorry. Magic Key 3.9. What's the dungeon where like the boss heals? Is that the Spirit Keep, I think? Where there's like a dungeon boss that would just like non-stop heal, and I was in a never-ending heal battle between Kale and the dungeon boss. They just like legit would never stop healing. So I lifesteal set on Kale, and then the boss just kept healing too. To full HP every run. But yeah, that lasted like 50 turns until I was like, let's move on. Alright, our next character is Hurler. He's a lizardman. His reviews are really low. Attacks enemy 2 times. Each hit has a chance to ignore defense. Attacks enemy, removes their buff. Potentially fills champions 20 by 30%. What is this? A skill? Attacks one enemy, puts the target skills on cooldown. That's really good. That move's good. Increases ally attack in dungeons by 21%. Seems okay. Alright. 9 more to go. Can we get a legendary, please? Please, please, please. Who are you? Crimson Slayer. Okay, I like your armor. I like your cool name. I don't know, man. If you had a mask, you'd be so much cooler. The eyes are a little scary. But I mean, maybe that's on purpose. Ooh, her ratings are good. Oh, except for these. Oh, look at these. Look at these. These are decent. Likes offense and accuracy. If she likes accuracy, then like she got some crazy debuffs or what? Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has 30% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn. She puts them to sleep. Attacks one enemy has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 50%. Fills the champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. That's good. And then the chance just goes up after it gets ascended. Yeah. Then attacks all enemies. Has an 80% chance of placing a 50% heal reduction debuff for 1 turn. That's good. Another heal reduction champion for my arsenal. This is ally attack in faction crypts by 17% for Knights Revenant. Okay. I like that. Alright, our next summoning is Another rare. Oh, this guy is cool. Shadowkin. I love samurais, man. They're so cool. A samurai with a shield. Oh. His reviews are really good. 4.6 on average. He likes defense and life. Is he a tank? Yeah, he's a tank. Attacks 1 says showy slice. Attacks 1 enemy. Percent chance of placing a provoke debuff. Attacks enemies, places a shield buff on the champion for 2 turns. Equal 20% of their max HP. That's good. Places block debuffs. Buff on all allies for 1 turn. Once it's ascended, also places a 30% chance. His defense buff on allies for 2 turns. Faces ally defense in dungeons by 25%. He seems good. I really like his aesthetic. Guys, please tell me in the comments if this guy is OP or not, or like what tanks he's better than that I have. Because I would have a lot of fun using somebody this cool looking. Alright, moving on. 7 more chances to get a legendary. A rare character. You look familiar. Judge? I think I have Judge. Or I've like seen him before. Attacks 1 enemy damage increases by 10% for each debuff on the target, setting up to the maximum of 100%. So wait, is that really good for like fighting bosses? When you like stack a bunch of debuffs on a boss, like the Demon Lord maybe? Attacks all enemies 2 times, fills the turn meter by 10% for each critical hit. Yo! Wait, so it gets like, if he just crits everybody, he has like 100% crit chance. He gets to like move again basically. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 25% decreased accuracy debuff, or speed, or attack, or decrease defense. And then once you ascend it, the chances are doubled. Oh, that's good. He's actually in all battles by 30%. Alright, he sounds kind of good. What are his reviews? 4? 4 on average? Could be worse. Next crit rate, obviously. Yep, true. Double crit rate set. Alright, let's summon another. 6 more chances. Blue. Oh, he's cool. Purgator? 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 Whoa, these are crazy. Oh, these reviews go crazy. He likes offense, crit, he's an attacker. Only 2 moves though. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times, ignore shield buffs. Attacks enemies inflicts a 10% extra crit damage for each debuff on this champion. Stacks up to 50%. Wait, would he be good against like spiders though? If he's getting like poisoned a lot or something? Humble the Heathen. Attacks 1 enemy, destroys the target's max HP by 20% of the damage inflicted. That's cool. How is he? Oh, he goes crazy in some of these dungeons. Okay. So I guess like all these dungeons that like put debuffs on him, like he'll be maybe BOP from that. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Any pro experts in the comments, please share your knowledge with me. I appreciate it. I read all comments. Alright, moving on. I mean, I'm down to buy some more slots. I have a lot of money right now from grinding, so I'll buy some more slots. I want one of every character in the game, but that'll take a very long time. Gotta collect them all. Alright, 5 more chances. Ooh, he's cool. Tribuck Colin? Colwyn? He's a defense character. I like his drip. That's some good looking drip. Sylvan Watchers are cool. His reviews are like 4.4 on average. Defense and life. Attacks when enemy places a 25% increased accuracy buff on this champion for 2 turns. Attacks 1 enemy has a 25% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. What makes him OP? Attacks enemies before attacking places a 30% increased defense buff on allies for 2 turns, and maybe this move. It's good. Huh? Guess he can like stack accuracy and then like stun people. His defense on the allies. I don't know, his reviews are going like a little crazy for... I don't know, he doesn't seem like that OP based on these abilities, but I'm sure he's like decent. Alright, moving on. Yay, another epic. He is a barbarian. He's got some tusks. What the heck? He's got some tusks on him. Very barbarian-like weapon. It's like a giant bone with some like spikes on it. He's got no shoes. What are those? Hey, don't look at this. 69 reviews, Pog. His reviews are looking pretty good overall. He likes attack, defense. Wait, no, he likes defense and life. Attacks one enemy, 30% chance of placing stun. Attacks all enemies, 50% is placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Decreases the turn meters of all enemies under stun debuffs. That ability sounds really good. Unfazed removes all stun debuffs from all allies and places a 60% increased defense buff and 25% increased resistance buff on allies for 2 turns. That's very situational. His aura increased ally defense and faction crips by 30%. His ascension passive. He's immune to stun debuffs, increases the damage inflicted by all allies by 15% when attacking enemies under stun debuffs. That part sounds really OP. Great. So he's a stunner. Alright, moving on. Yeah, dwarf. Wait, I think I have this guy. Stout Axeman. Do I have this guy? Attacks 1 enemy. Okay, that's the most boring ability. Replaces 15% reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. That sounds good. 35% chance of placing a 15% damage reflect damage buff on a random ally for 2 turns. Then when you ascend it, also 35% chance of placing a provoke debuff on 2 random enemies for 1 turn. Interesting. Okay. They're forced to attack him. His passive is heals the champion by 50% of the damage taken while under a reflect damage buff. 25% chance of increasing the duration of all attackers' debuffs by 1 turn when hit while under reflect damage buff. Okay. So seems high. His ratings are not high though. Ooh, he's terrible in spiders then. Probably because he doesn't have like a single AoE attack, yeah? Alright, moving on to more chances. What do we get? Another lizard man, Slither Brute. He's an attack character. Attacks one enemy, 30% chance of placing decreased speed. Also 30% chance of this. Okay, so his ascended just like ups the percentage. Attacks one enemy, still has 1 random buff from them. That's good. Attacks one enemy, decreases the target's turn meter equal to the amount of buffs on the target. Increases ally accuracy in dungeons by 40. Alright, his ratings are apparently solid, around 4.2. Interesting. He has no AoE though. I prefer attack characters with AoE. Kinda cool looking though, he's kinda cool. Oh, he's got a sickle on his back. Does he use that? Or is that just aesthetic? I'm assuming it's just aesthetic. He's got a sickle and then like a really long knife? Short sword? Then he prefers to just use this. He placed his hand with a like spike spear looking thing. I don't know what to call this. But it is interesting. Alrighty guys. Our final ancient shard. Here we go. Yay, it's an epic. Oh, he's so fucking cool. Excuse my language. This guy is cool. And he's an attack character. Nice. Yo, look at that sword. It's like, what is it? What is the word? Like translucent? You can like see through it, kinda? Sorry if that's not the correct word. But anywho's, he's a Sylvan Watcher. His drip is immaculate. He's pretty buff. He's got some leaves for a cape. But I mean that's cool drip. That's cool as fuck drip. I like his dreads. His ratings are like 4.2 on average. He likes attack and crit. His abilities: attack one enemy, 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Okay, that's kind of good. Decreases debuff, decreases their defense for 2 turns with his basic ability. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target by 1 turn. And then Attacks. Wait, his 2 attacks on enemies? Oh. Attacks on enemies has a 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. That's really good. So your team will sustain up based off damage they do. Then his passive, after he ascends level 3, increases his champion's speed by 2 for each enemy under a leech debuff. So he can be really fast if he has, I guess, well, it's 75% chance. He doesn't need like that much extra accuracy probably. So it becomes really, really fast, I guess, after he uses this ability. So he'll get like extra turns. Dude, his drip is insane. He's so cool. Alright, so let's go over what we got now. Fortunately, we didn't get this guy. But we have people that are like similar looking to him. Damn, I really wanted this guy's his abilities are so good. He would have been so fun to have, like, with a team filled with continuous heals. And he has poison, so he could like fit in a poison comp. And he goes crazy in like faction crit probably. Or if I have like a bunch of Sylvan Watchers, which I do now. Oh wait, we can also roll our Primal Shard. Or should I wait? Primal Shard, I mean, I kind of just want to use it. I get this from my login reward because Raid loves giving us free stuff. Alright, let's see what we get from our Primal Shard. Here we go! It's a rare character. I like his drip. Defense, he is a Banner Lord. I don't have many of those yet, I think. Max 1 enemy, 20% chance of placing Provoke debuff if the target has higher max HP than the champion. Attacks all enemies, 60% chance of placing it, the 25% decrease attack debuff. Ally protection buff on all allies, 70% is a continuous heal. And then chance goes double, and the heal is doubled after it ascends. Aura increased ally defense in dungeons by 20%. See his reviews. Oh, he's got a few 5s. A 2.3 Knight's Castle. Oh yeah, the Fire Knight counters magic, so that's why. Bad in Hydra, Spider's Den, decent everywhere else. Really good in Dragon Slayer, Spirit Keep, Magic Keep, Force Keep, Void Keep. Okay in Chimera, Demon Lord, Faction Wars is good. Alright. Okay. So we're going to review what we have now. Whoa. Oh wait, what did I get to hear? Champion Chase Tournament. Oh, I unlocked some rewards. We got a tome, some Titan points, and then what is this? 6 Epic Chaos Ore. What are those used for? Alright, anywho's. Wait, free stuff, 1 second. Okay. Oh yeah, we gotta do our daily quests. So we get free stuff, and then we have Community Titan event. Ooh. Oh, nice. Yo, I get another Ancient Shard! Hey yo, let's go! Life is good. Okay. Another Ancient Shard opening! Another one. Alright, Epic or Legendary, go! Legendary, 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 Legendary. Rare. Twin Claw Disciple. He's definitely got some Twin Claws going. Bro thinks he's Wolverine. With the blue face paint too. His ratings are kind of bad. Or kind of mediocre. Ooh, but he has 35% chance of placing 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns, so that is useful. And then a weaken debuff, so your allies do more damage when they attack if that gets applied. His Ascension skill attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing a block, active debuff. Chance increases to 100% of targets under heal reduction debuff. Okay. So he's mediocre. Alrighty, is that it? I think that is all for today, guys. Oh yeah, I wanted to review what characters we got here. Let's go to the tavern, or champions actually. So this is what we got. We got Bellower, Gale, Supreme Gallic, Ugo. Scored the half spawn. I got him recently. I just unlocked Ludex's Ardor from the daily login today. I'll probably do a video trying to level this guy up and use him, show him off, because he looks really sick. His abilities are really cool. Let's go over who we just unlocked. Yeah, this guy I think is really good. Yeah, let me know, guys. Who is worth investing into? God, I hope this guy is. He's so cool. And we got a lot of rare characters. Dude, I got a whole lot of characters now, man. Seeing my account grow is like kind of fun. It's actually really fun. We got a couple duplicates we can sacrifice for XP. Should I keep multiple fuse characters or just like one? I don't know. Yeah, two of these dudes. Two rock dudes. Two headsmen. Then yeah, this is our collection. I get rid of all of my commons because they take up a lot of space. Alrighty. Well, that's all for today, guys. If you made it this far in the video, let me know. If you enjoyed what characters are good or like what characters you think I should invest in. Like what characters should I get like gear to and give them my chickens and stuff. I would appreciate anyone who drops their game knowledge because like I said, I've only been playing this game for a month. I did play it years ago, but I didn't like know much about it back then. I just kind of played for fun, casually. But now we play it quite frequently now, every single day. I'm loving it. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Wow, 31-minute video. Anywho's, already that like button, subscribe if you're due for daily content, and if you want to help support me, download that QR code. Scan that QR code or use the link in the description, and you will support me. And you will also get a free epic character after the tutorial, level 25 legendary, or a legendary at level 25. And yeah, my voice is absolutely fried now. So I exchanged that for hopefully some likes on the video or some comments, some watch time. I appreciate all of that very, very much. Anywho's, that's it for today. I hope you all have a blessed one, and thanks for watching. Peace!